The old style, sitting there playing dice.
Oh my god! Holy shit,
Lion, why is your feet in the air, dude?
Oh no, yeah, he wants you to get one of these boxes over here.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, I got this one. This is mine. You go get your own,
Ooh.
fool.
Thanks. We've been having some trouble getting back on our feet ever since that Cyber Psycho event.
Instead, use the N-Cart Metro.
Peeps weren't sure if we'd be able to open up, but thankfully, the damages can be repaired. Except for, well, Jimothy, of course.
Wow, I'm
Not
so
much
strong
we can do about
I
that.
can carry a big suitcase. Yeah, right.
Here's good. We'll sort him out in a bit. You just hand it to him. Thanks for the help.
Okay.
Here's some medis for your troubles. But yeah, and then whenever we step over here, he kind of disappears. I do need to have him like actually dynamically walk around afterwards, but that's kind of the first gig, if you will, for the Afterlife world. It's kind of a weird mixture that I want to go for, where there's a hangout world and then there's a game world, but I'm trying to figure out a way to properly mix them in a weird way that makes it still comfortable for both parties of people that want to join the world. But yeah,
Okay.
welcome to the Afterlife. I'm Steve the Mitochondria, and I've been working on this for about 2.5 years. It's coming up on November 22nd of 2022, I think.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Now that's dedication, Steve.
Yeah. I've been wanting to make sure that this kind of has a proper release whenever it's good to go. It is currently live, but the interior is not part of the live version of the world. But no, yeah.
Ooh, well, thank you very much for your time, Stephen. The place looks awesome. It looks about as it looks as I remember it from the game Cyberpunk.
Hell yeah.
You know what
Well, cool to
sucks?
hear.
I've never played the goddamn thing. I've watched you play it more than anything.
There's actually some friends that I've invited here and whatnot. They had never played the game either, and then they got into the game, and then whenever they actually go into the Afterlife bar, they're like, "Oh, I remember this place from VRChat."
Yeah,
It's like, it's like, oh no, what have I done? I ruined their perspective on their first impression.
Oh, well, we'll ask the beginning questions. We learned who you are. What are you most known for? How did you get started? What got you into VRChat?
Ah, jeez. I guess I'm more known for, well, this world in the Cyber City at the moment. Earlier, before this, I did a lot of Ruby stuff because it's like that was my hyperfixation at the time. I wanted to... I feel like I have to do a step and then 10 steps back and then kind of retract myself. I got that ADHD brain. But, let me go back to where it all kind of started. Watching... I used to watch a lot of Red vs. Blue. I used to watch the fights for, like, Haloid and Dead Fantasy from, like, Montium and whatnot. And it's like, whenever he started working on Ruby stuff, it's like, I really wanted to make my own character. And it's like, man, it would be cool to start doing animation. It's like, animation itself, I was really convinced whenever I started seeing the Blur Studio animated trailers and cutscenes from Halo Wars. That was like, oh, I need to learn how to do that. That's fucking sick. And that's when I really wanted to start getting into fight animations. But with Ruby, it was like me and my friends that went to this terrible school known as the Art Institute, and there might have been like a shockwave like of people that that might watch this later. But if you know, you know. But thankfully, I got my student loans like taken care of now, so that's good. But the TLDR is it's a fraudulent school. But I'm not going to go into that. The whole thing was me and my friends got together at AI, and we started working on our own characters there, and we kind of turned it into a web series called Neon. And if you look it up in YON, it's episode 1 is god awful. I'm gonna be honest. 2's a bit better. We were kind of getting better over time, but as I kind of started looking into VRChat, and it's like I wanted to look into game development because that's what I went to the school for. And it's like I started making Ruby environments as set pieces that we might use later on for the animations. But the more I started doing environment work in VRChat and Unity, I started really enjoying game development, and I started really getting into that part of things. Is like the idea of being able to upload your own environment into this platform to invite your friends in and whatnot. You can make a whole game in here, can't you? It's like you could just flat out do game development here. Hindsight is 2020. Since I would not recommend it, honestly, if that's your first project getting into it. But at the time, it's like, you know, kind of goofy and whatnot. It's like, obviously, to this day, I'm still trying to do something similar. But the idea was like, okay, let's make the Ruby amphitheater and turn it into like a hub of different worlds. And that did kind of work until VRChat broke stuff, and now the old version of the world is something that we can't go back to because there's an audio glitch. But it is what it is. Eventually I came across Ranger X Justice, who wanted to see a combat game done in VRChat with Ruby characters. So we worked together on the Breach of Veil, which was, they had some weapons, and they had like an oncoming like Wave of Grim and whatnot. It's all right. It's a pretty good, you know, game for the first kind of attempt. I'm still making Ruby worlds. Eventually I make the library, and I show it off to like the community meetup, and the this guy comes around by the name of Dinky, and he's like, real quick, I just want to say I love Ruby. I want to make a Ruby game with you. And I'm like, I'm thinking about all the other things that I have on my plate already, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm in. Let's go. And it's like, I want to make a Ruby game. Eventually, a year or so later, it's like we came together and made Remnant VR, which was, if I'm not sure if you guys have already been there, but it's Killing Floor meets Ruby, and like one of the most high combat fast-paced games that I think I've ever seen on this platform. Still, like, I actually revisited it last week just to see if things were broken, if things still work. Still kind of works. Still kind of breaks if the master leaves mid-game, but it still is a really good like game as is in general. And I think that's what this platform really needs, is more like PvE cooperative games, in my opinion. But I digress. We make Remnant VR, and I do a little bit more Ruby Worlds after that. And eventually, Edge Runners comes out. And it's like, okay, I've already kind of played Cyberpunk by then, but I wasn't like into the universe. And then Edge Runners comes out, and it's like, I need to make a character. So eventually I made this version of my avatar. And it's like, I started working on the Afterlife, and here we are now. It's like I'm working on this thing. Anything that you see visually is pretty much what I've worked on. Anything that is functional is something that Varnian has been working on. And that, along with the Cyber City. The Cyber City is more of a sandbox, and I'm just kind of like throwing stuff together, see what sticks. If people like it, cool. If not, then I'll probably fix it later sometime. I don't know. I'm also working on either trying to get help with other people that are doing model work because I want to do a lot of stuff, but I can't do it all at the same time. And I'm trying to get help with commissioning some artists to make, a friend of mine's working on a metro station so that eventually when we actually get a train system working, we'll have it around the city. And whenever I can get done with the mega building, then I'll be able to have an actual mega building with like a bunch of interior space for people to do their missions in, basically. Oh no, yeah, it was really cool. I got a message like, I don't know, some months ago where somebody was like, hey, somebody's doing roleplay missions in the Cyber City. I'm like, are you serious? No fucking shit. Hell yeah, that's cool. They were using it for missions, and they were also using it as like a pre-lobby. So they would basically be in character, carpooling with their friends or squad or whatever, and driving as if they are heading to the location, to the actual mission world that they would jump into whenever the DMs have that stuff ready. And it's like, that's just a cool thought in general. So I've been trying to think about different things and different environments to add into that location and hash more stuff in for that. But it's going slowly but surely, like a lot of things that I work on. I have a terrible knack of jumping into stupidly ambitious projects.
Ah, I see. Well,
but yeah.
oh wow, sounds like you've been up to an awful lot, man. And between the Cyber City and here, it looks amazing, dude. I'm gonna be honest, like the animations, how it looks, like playing the game, it's very reminiscent of the Cyberpunk Afterlife bar directly into the from the game. So it's
Thank
awesome.
you. If I'm not sure if you want to see, but like, how are you with like motion sickness?
I don't have motion sickness myself.
Cool. All right.
Just joking.
Well, since we have already done the first mission or gig, and then you have some money, so you should be able to get yourself a drink. So come on over. One of the things that I wanted to do was have drinks that have status effects. It's not entirely done, but if you approach the bartender, Coquita, and using your analog stick in order to go up and down in order to select on what you want, you click on have a drink, and let's try Spunky Monkey real quick.
Enjoy.
Spunky Monkey is a speed boost. I consider it an energy drink. I think in the game it's actually like booze or whatever, but it's like whatever. It's one click and it does the effect, but you click it 3 times to do all of its uses, and they do stack. So click it once, you can go a little faster. Second time, you can go a little faster, and it's like third, it's like you can go really fast. And something a lot of people love to do is they'll just keep on buying Spunky Monkeys, and they'll just stack the drinks on the bar, and they'll just be like, it's like you just they go into hyperspace immediately, and it's like 1 second they're there, and the next they're just gone. It's like they got deleted. The reason I asked about motion sickness. Oh yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Oh, I said if I had that much into me, I have enough problems to worry about skipping and going 90 miles an hour. All I need is coffee.
Hell yeah, same. But if you go have a drink again and then get a brosive, I would say be careful with this one because a lot of people still, even if they don't have motion sickness, it might throw them off balance.
Yeah.
But just one click, and then you'll kind of see the wavy, wobbly stuff going on with it.
Yes, let's show the camera the bottle. For a sip. Then click. Oh. See what you mean.
I had the idea of, like, y'all ever play Deep Rock Galactic?
No. What is Deep Rock Galactic?
Deep Rock Galactic is a really cool dwarf, funny digging game. You're basically mining for materials and whatnot, doing objectives. You shoot down in pods from orbit and then land underground, and you go and like kill bugs, do objectives for your company and whatnot. Yeah. But in the lobby is a bar that has different status effects. So whenever you have the character drink different drinks, it'll have different effects in the game.
Mhm.
I wanted to do something similar to where it's like Brosif, it does make you have that weird like wobbly stuff going on with you, but I wanted to have it like as a damage boost, or not damage boost, a damage like what is it? Damage reduction shield-ish kind of thing. Like the more you drink, the more drunk you'll be, but you'll have a added shield to it. But yeah, I still need to work on the actual effect itself so it's not too heavy. But I wanted to do different drinks that had different effects like that. The last one might be a little funny and might teleport you, but if you
Okay.
approach Kokita,
Can I get you something?
I'll have a drink and go for Chateau.
Personally, not a fan of this one, but to each
Okay.
their own.
So Chateau, sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. This
Can I get you
is
something?
one click, you immediately get blasted, and
Okay.
then the next click, it should black you out and then teleport you somewhere else in the world.
Okay.
So wherever you end up, will come back over here to the bar and continue.
Well,
So
let's-
so just click it and
Why
slam
was
it.
This one gong sent an SOS after
Oh.
he owed money to the cat
Gonna
gang when
click
did
it
what
again.
worked. One of our guys got him out and settled it solid, so no bloodshed, thankfully.
Oh.
You having that much trouble?
I'm having a lot of trouble trying to grab anything.
I ain't even tried because I have enough trouble trying to find my way back.
Can I get you something?
He's back.
I treat
Where'd
that
y'all
He
was
end
didn't
great.
even get the drink.
I didn't go
down,
anywhere.
and I didn't even attempt to.
Oh, you didn't. So it didn't work for you then. I got teleported out to the lobby and I got my shit kicked in by a couple of robots.
So
If y'all want, I can show you where that is.
sure, that sounds great. Let's
Here.
go. So how big is this world?
Whenever you can.
It's not really that big. It has some complexity to it, but this is like the main area, and then there's a mission area. I think we can try out and go to. I'm not sure if this is the no. I don't think this is the fixed version of it. I had a glitch a while ago where it kind of made things a little complex, but complicated. But yeah, so this was. Oh god!
You're getting the shit kicked out of you by brushes. That's what it looks like. Just got the holy crap out of you by
So-
brushes.
This is kind of a test thing that I wanted to work on. It's very difficult, but I have a station animation interacting with a Cinemachine director so that it's supposed to take over your camera so that you're getting the correct perspective, but having your avatar animated to the actual animation that I'm giving it. So it's like, generally speaking, it usually works, but if people have like certain things on their avatar for locomotion, it might break. And that's why it might have appeared like I'm sinking into the ground. But what I want to do, what I want to figure out if VRChat like lets it happen or has a better way to tackle it, is achieve first-person cutscenes or be able to provide cutscenes in like a gameplay aspect. I wanted to try to do something like that where, very much like in 2077, where you have very like either intimate moments or very like serious moments happen. You don't want the character to be like, oh hey, what's that over there?
Yeah.
It's like you really want them to show something that's really important happening and like have them really immersed into the world while it is. And this is also a test for how the NPCs are interacting.
Yeah.
In order to have like dynamic NPCs that you'll actually be able to hide from, run from, have stealth mechanics, and be able to defend yourself with weaponry afterwards. If I spent the time and actually was able to fix the thing for the other version of the world, then I'd be comfortable showing you guys, but I feel like if I think if we went over there now, it might have us separated for a bit and try to rejoin the world. But I think that's basically it. So it's like first-person cutscenes and dynamic NPCs with stealth mechanics, very much like how they have it in 2077. That's pretty much what this was a test for.
Oh wow!
You should have seen it whenever it was first coming around. There's like a line of like 15 people just waiting to just hop into the collider and get their ass kicked. But if you want to give it a shot, you're more than welcome to.
What it looks like. It looks like to me it's a bunch of guys sitting there playing dice and trying, you know it, the old style, sitting there playing dice.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Bye, Lion. Why is your feet in the air, dude?
The funny thing on camera, it looked like I was a black ball.
Oh no, yeah. That's supposed to be like for your actual view. It's like that's supposed to be like over your head, and it's supposed to like dim, like have a vignette and whatnot. If the camera actually decides to work whenever it wants to, then it'd have that position for your camera to be able to see it.
Ooh.
But
I got a question for you, Steve. Between the two worlds, I've actually got two questions, and I'm really curious. Well, with the one where you said the city and stuff like this, and then this one, what was the hardest things between the two without pulling them both together? You see what I'm getting at? Where you wanted to keep one different and the other one different, and it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I know what it is. But what was the hardest thing of trying to keep them apart?
So, the main point for this world is that I do want it to be a hangout world, and I do want it to be like a game world. I separated it from Cyber City because Cyber City is, like I mentioned before, a sandbox where I just kind of throw stuff in there and see if it works. I'm using different vehicle systems in one project for that environment, and I'm also using different I'm trying to remember what else is going on there. There's a bunch of different occlusion methods that I'm I have in that world. I'm also going to be bringing a mega building, but I didn't want people to join the afterlife world and then be immediately confused where their friends were. And so instead of having like this be part of the entire Cyber City, I had it like as a thing to do on the side if I didn't have something going on for me with the afterlife at the moment. If I was in one of those situations where my brain just doesn't want to work on that at the time, then I started working on the Cyber City just to kind of move things around, see how I could plan stuff out. Either tweak some vehicles or try to add another one in and whatnot. The Cyber City is also a world where I started working on my own vehicles, like car models, and I put them up on booth, but I also bring them to the Cyber City so people can actually drive them. But yeah, there's a couple of differences between that world and this one, and significant reasons to not try to cram everything in one deal. Because I don't know. I've seen a lot of like VRChat worlds where they try to cram everything into one location and it just doesn't turn out well for performance reasons. So it's like I'm trying to make sure that this is as performant as I can get it with the afterlife, so that the worst thing that people experience is like maybe somebody's avatar going off. But yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
You got another question?
Makes sense. Yeah, the other question is okay, that's the hardest part, but out of the two of them, what was the funnest thing that you enjoyed so much? You just, between the two of them, the funnest thing, and you've never let those two objects, or whatever it is, go. Just keep adding to it. You see, what were the two things?
The two things, the funnest part. Oh man, there's a lot. There's a lot that I really enjoyed about this was just seeing the final result of it, like knowing what you want to see in a project and having that vision, and then finally seeing that vision come together is really rewarding. It's very satisfying when it happens. And it's like, I think just for the Afterlife world as it is, it's like, I'm perfectly fine with how it looks and feels, the atmosphere of the environment and how it comes together. Something that isn't quite seen in Cyber City until you actually, like, see it from a distance, and you had that same feeling of you can actually just walk there, or you can just drive to that location. And it's, that was a really satisfying thing. The Cyber City, it was like a mixture of different things that I wanted to, like, see myself. Because one of the problems that I had in VRChat, like, trying to world hop, was there wasn't really a driving world that felt like you were actually driving through a massive city. And a lot of the cyberpunk worlds in VRChat weren't all that performant, and I was trying to compress things down as much as I could. But it's like, I wanted to have a cyberpunk world that actually felt massive in scale, and it also hit that same level of nostalgia. If you've ever been on a metro or grew up around a metro of a big city like Houston or something like that, I spent a lot of time, like, as a kid, just kind of watching out the window, seeing the skyscrapers go by, and that was kind of something I really wanted to, like, let other people also experience, just that sense of scale. And I think I achieved that pretty well so far.
I'd say so. The place looks amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh yeah, thanks.
I have another question for you that's going to hark back to one of the beginning projects you talked about you did while you were in college, Neon. I'm not too familiar with it. Would you mind telling me what it was and how it got started?
So, Neon got started with seeing the red trailer of Ruby and wanting to make my own character. We kind of started with, like, oh, well, what would my character look like and whatnot, and if, gonna be honest, it wasn't all that different from how I looked at the time. And it's like, oh, well, we'll make him look like this or whatever. And a friend of mine, it's like, oh, well, oh, no, right, I remember now. Cindy, like, friend in class, was asking, guys, I'm bored, what do I draw? And I looked at my friend Ryan and looked back at his, like, well, I mean, what would Ryan and I look as Ruby characters, basically? And that's how Nyx and Nero were made. And that's kind of what started the whole thing. It's like she had this, like, spark in her eye, like, you know, like, ding! It's like, I got it. And she immediately started, like, going to work. And the concept for Nyx and Nero were born on that day. And afterwards, it's like we started thinking of a character for her, and that's how Yoko was made as well. So we had NNY, and we needed an O. We needed a fourth person. And a good Halo friend of mine from, like, 10 years back in the Halo 2 days of Xbox Live jumped in to call one day. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? It's like, oh, we're making Ruby characters. Want to join in? It's like, sure, fuck it, I'm in. And so that's how we got Orion on the project and whatnot. So we had the full team Neon. How that kind of went was, it's like, oh man, this is a terrible idea. Don't ever do this. But it's like, I saw the different characters. Oh, well, you know, it's like one character having fights and whatnot. It's like a 4-minute thing. That sounds pretty not bad. It's like, why don't I just try to cram all the characters into one thing and make it one 16-minute video? Don't do that. Don't make a 16-minute video with a bunch of characters in your first gig. It's not good. You will burn out. It's bad. But I did it anyway, and I made it on a very shitty laptop that was not made for animation in Autodesk Maya, because that was what we were being taught at the time. Also, just for the record, fuck Autodesk. Use Blender. Pick it up. But after that, we went on to making the second episode where it's like we wanted the characters to look better. We wanted to get more characters in, or enemies and whatnot. So I needed to work on animating or rigging and animating the Grim. So I basically needed to rig all of the characters and have all of them animated. I didn't know what reference linking things were at the time, and I still kind of rarely use it because it's a pain in my ass most of the time. But so I just had a bunch of files just crammed into different scenes, and then I would import that scene, I would import the other scene, and it would just like bloat the file size. It's great. Man, there was a bit during the second episode of Neon where there was a very long one-shot like clip of animation during this fight, and some friends online in Discord were like, "Hey Steve, we're gonna be hopping on to Overwatch. You want to join us?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not?" And it's like, I was still in the process of saving.
Oh no.
Oh,
And then
shit.
I closed the program.
Oh no.
And then I realized what I had done after closing the program.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
I came back to the scene where half of everything was destroyed, including
no.
armatures for characters and enemies and animations and whatnot. So I had to reanimate that entire fight scene that was like one long clip of like that fight going on. And that was a pain in my ass. That really like made me slightly depressed and burnt out and whatnot. I was just like just opening the project up and whatnot, but eventually got through it, and the second episode was made and whatnot. But I'm trying to say things without spoiling things, because if you haven't seen it, then yeah. But if you have any questions about stuff, just throw it down and I'll answer them.
Ooh. All right. So, so first off, if you haven't seen the show yet, you should go watch the show. Put it in your tab, open it up, save it. But
maybe second episode, not the first one.
if you watched the first one, tell us what you thought.
I can already tell you what you might think. It could be cringe, but anyways.
Cringe. I like, just cringe. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So from the course of doing Neon and then the rest of the projects going on, what were some of the most memorable things you've learned, and did any of that carry on to your later projects?
Most memorable thing that I learned working on animation, learning how to look stuff up by yourself is very important. Whenever I was going into school, I had the intention that, oh, my teachers will teach the thing because that's their job. They would teach what you're supposed to learn, right? And it turns out most of the things that I know today is from Google and YouTube. So if you're not thinking about getting into $100,000 in debt, then just use online internet resources that are readily available. That's a good learning thing. And I guess the second thing is, you don't have to actually make everything absolutely from scratch. That is something that was hard for me to learn. It's like, if you're just trying to make something, and especially if you're not like getting paid for it, it's just something that you're doing for fun. Learn to use tools that have already been made. And it's like, especially if they're free tools, why not use something that already exists? Why reinvent the wheel? I used to have the mindset where it's like, oh, if I'm making a character, I need to learn how to do all the rigging. I need to learn how to do the IKFK switches. I need to do, there's auto rigs now. You can just download a thing, slap it through, go through it, and it's like, there's a character that's already rigged. It has the finger controls, the face controls and whatnot, and it's like, there's things that can do that for you now. It's great. But it is good. It is good to know the basics and whatnot. But if you're trying to do something and if you don't want to be like dragging a long time and whatnot, just learn some new tools and make your own workflow faster.
Okay. So going from animation to like VR projects, what was it like going into something you've built for the first time? Going from like doing neon and building and rigging and everything for that, and then going into a plastic headset and seeing the thing you built after.
That was definitely I wouldn't say a life-changing experience. It was definitely an experience that was kind of, it was just a different sense, a different feeling. Like, whenever I worked on the Beacon Amphitheater, just being able to be like walking in the same spots as like certain characters did in the show and whatnot, and looking around, it's like, I made this. Me and my friends, we put this together. It's like, and now you can just visit a scene from an animated show and whatnot. It was just like, huh. And a lot of people had that same feeling whenever we were inviting friends and friends of friends to hop into the instances. It's like people would just flat out say it's like they're in the show. And that was a really rewarding feeling, of course. But it's just interesting being able to make something yourself, upload it onto a platform, and being able to walk in that space that you built. It's just different from seeing it on a flat screen entirely. But yeah, really interesting.
Ooh, it does sound very interesting. I'm sure it was a very rewarding moment for you walking into the amphitheater for the first time. I'm sure it was mind-blowing for you.
The other thing was the tower, the CCT, like in Beacon. As far as I know, they separated the different floors in the show as like individual scenes, because why would you actually have the entire tower as one connected piece? But I decided at the time, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And it's like, we did have like some help with Phantom and Joe in order to work on, like, Joe had already made the Ozpin's office location, and so it's like, well, if we can get their help with that bit. Phantom worked on the vault area, and I'm not sure if they also I think they also might have done the second floor, but the TLDR is, it's like we were able to combine our efforts to put together the tower, and I figured out all of the scale appropriateness or the correct scale, the correct size, the correct like dimensions of the floors and where it should be, and being able to be like, now this is the actual legitimate like CCT in the correct scale, and I'm gonna add a climbing thing for it, so people can now just climb the tower. And if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, if you actually get to the top of the tower, there'll be an eagle that will remove itself from its perch and fly in a circle. And if you stand on top of it, it'll actually play the Assassin's Creed synchronization effect, where it's like you're looking around the actual Academy of Beacon, and it's like doing the Assassin's Creed synchronization. And there are hay bales at the bottom, so you can jump directly into them.
Oh, that's a really cool Easter egg. Do you put many Easter eggs in your stuff?
I definitely try to put some, like every now and then whenever I can. Most of them are kind of related to the Knuckles meme in VRChat, because that's a classic. Why not?
Don't blame you. You know, of all the answers I've heard people how they found or got into VRChat, the Uganda Knuckles is the most quoted.
Knuckles is the best, yeah. And that's most
that was
quoted
actually
thing,
how
yeah.
I got in myself. It's like I heard of VRChat here and there, and then I saw the meme, and it's like, okay, that's some goofy shit. But the thing that really intrigued me was one avatar specifically, like, he kept on showing up, where he kept on having these custom animations and whatnot. And since I was really into animations, like, you can animate your own character, and do things and whatnot. I'm jumping in. I gotta check this out. And it's like that was what really like said, you know what? Fine. I'm hopping in and I'm looking around. I end up in an avatar world, and I'm looking at avatars. It's like one of the first things that I see in a random VRChat avatar world is and I quote, a Stalin Big Chungus avatar. It's like, I'm not sure what it's like. You know, the bag where it's like, I don't know what I expected.
That's a very fair point.
Mhm.
So I just trying to say he didn't like the box of chocolates, and he squeezed every one of them until he found the one he was looking for. Gotcha. I just got a question for you, Steve. I'm just curious.
Go for it.
You said you got on top of you climbed to the top, and you jumped into the hay on the bottom. Is that why you have artificial legs? You didn't bounce, you bounced or something? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, just double checking, because me being as small as I am, I'd probably bounce like a rubber ball.
I mean, you might be light enough in order to avoid the terminal velocity law, but it's like, I don't know.
Gravity,
I've never
gravity.
tested it myself.
You study law, it's gonna hit you no matter which way it goes. It ain't the fall that kills you; it's that sudden stop. So, yeah.
Whoa. Really quick. Hi, I'm here to interrupt the episode. If you're interested in learning more about VRChat creators and communities across the platform, you should check out Nova Notes podcast over on YouTube, Spotify, and many other platforms. It's my podcast. I run a podcast as well. Hi, my name is Nova Player. I gotta go. Don't have much time.
Hey!
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I will say, for all the memes that this platform has, it's like there are some unbelievable gems that are just lying around, and like you kind of really have to look for them and dig, but they are here. Like there's one, I forget the name of it, of course, as I'm talking about it, but there's one that is like this mystical island of like seashells and whatnot. It's like really massive. It's got boats that you can like drive around in it. And from what I know, whenever you go down and explore, go through the caves and you go up the stair like pyramid thing that's got beacons and a giant stingray above it and whatnot, it's like there's an alarm clock at the top of the stairs. You click on it, and then you wind up in what I assume is the creator's bedroom that they recreated. And they have like pictures of like the different references that they used for the world. So it's like this whole place was something that they had in a dream. And I thought that was really cool. Like someone just deciding, that's a really fucking sick dream. I'm going to recreate that entire space, or recreate it as best as I can in a 3D environment that you can actually physically walk around in. That's, I think, something that a lot of people don't really think about whenever they're on this place. It's like you can just create wherever you want. You can bring your dreams into a platform that you can share with other people. And it's like that's one of the wild things that I really enjoy about this place, VRChat.
I don't. I'm sorry for making this quote, but for some reason the quote "Don't let your dreams be dreams" started playing in my head the moment I mentioned it last.
Don't
point.
let your dreams be dreams.
Oh, jeez.
Just do it. My God.
So I have an interesting question for you. From when you hopped into VR, how much knowledge what was some interesting knowledge you gained after you started building in VR, like worlds for VRChat, from when you first from before you hopped in? That question is horribly worded. I'm sorry.
it's such a wild thing because there's community meetup that you can join like every Sunday, and there's people there that like. Let me take a step back. Before jumping into VRChat, I was trying to go onto like Facebook groups, or like, oh, there's actual meet space IRL stuff that you can go to and hang out with people that do Unity dev and whatnot. And it's like, cool, that's nice. I can get to meet people and then talk about game development and stuff like that. And I'm like wondering, where where's all the technical artists? Where's all the environment artists? Where's like anybody that is doing anything anywhere? And then I go to the meetup, the community meetup, and there's like, there they are. They're all there. There's people that are making tools. There's people that are making like crazy worlds or the next prefab or the next like anything. Or somebody that just wants to show off their 5x5 apartment and cram 80 people in there for some reason. But I digress. It's like, the point is that as soon as I started going to the meetups and whatnot, VRChat became less about like going to randomly talk to people in like a random public world and then get thrown a bunch of slurs, and more about actually like interacting with people that want to do creative things on this platform and actually want to develop things and share it with other people and build community stuff and like just build a better experience for the platform as a whole. It's like, I thought that was just really, it's like a night and day switch, really. But that was really interesting. And it's like, before then, you don't think about it now, like now, but it's like, I'm having a stroke. Please be patient. I need to retrace my steps.
It's all good. I'm the same way.
But
Yeah.
you don't really think about it, but this platform is very much like a game dev class without being a game dev class. You start wanting to have your own avatar. Well, how do I do that? I got to open Blender. I got to learn this and that. And it's like you run into all the Unity issues that comes with learning Blender issues. And it's like, oh, well, how do I fix this? You have to go ask somebody how to fix thing that broke. And then it's like, okay, cool. And all of a sudden your friends that are starting to want avatars or to learn how to do avatars, and it's like you start helping them out. And it becomes this whole circle of like you learning information and passing it down to other people, and it's a really cool community thing that keeps on happening for avatars and worlds. So it's like I start learning more game dev stuff. What's the best way to optimize something? How does the Unity engine handle different texture types and formats? It's like, it's wild on how entering this to just kind of see what the meme is about, and then becoming a creator for the platform just to make something that you want other people to enjoy is like, it's a bit of a ramp, but yeah.
I think that's probably one of the most awesome things about the VRChat community, no matter where you're coming from. A lot of people want to share their passion with you. They will teach you their passion, take you on an adventure whether you're willing or not, and then just deposit you somewhere to then repeat the process. It is one of the most craziest things that I think is probably amazing about the platform. You come in for a meme and then you're making environments, you're coming for the meme, and then now you're a musician somewhere because you met this one person in a black hat in front of a mirror.
Absolutely. Also, I feel like I should show you a few more things around this place. We just been kind of in this area. Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Before you venture out more and everything else like this, nice job, Steve. If somebody comes up, somebody like me or somebody like this that's completely off the wall and has no idea, what advice would you give them if they go, hey, I like what you're doing, but what route should I go? Because I've got some ideas. See what I'm getting at? What would you give them for advice to make their dreams come true if they were, hey, I've got something, I want to give it a shot just like what you're doing, but it's a complete different wheel. What would you give them?
Well, I would say Blender, YouTube, Royal Skies, Ian Hubert, and
a whole lot of
joining
pain pills?
Discords.
And a whole bunch of pain. And a whole bunch of pain pills.
Ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen badly. Okay, I got a headache. I got a headache now. And if you got a girlfriend, you go, I got a headache. Oh, yeah, you say that a lot now. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around. Yeah.
But yeah, here, let me show you back inside. Oh, I feel like I should also mention this since we're out here.
Yeah.
All the graffiti that you see is actually done like by the people that wanted to help out.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Positivity over there. Or Posy. There's there's a few other people. Bats. is actually behind the dumpster, and there's another one like way over here. Oh my god. They also did this one, and like 90% of the graffiti came from like 3 people, but
really?
like anything that is actual graffiti in here was made either just by artists that do graffiti in their own program, or friends of mine that like whenever I actually had the system in here, you could actually do graffiti on that wall, and then I would take a picture of it, putting it into Photoshop or whatever, or Photopea, and then I would be able to like put it on an atlas for other stuff. So it's like,
Oh wow.
Posy also made that one, I believe, Steve TM, and I think they did the Varnian one as well. But yeah, any kind of graffiti that you see is like just by friends and friends of friends.
Oh
It was
wow.
really cool.
That is really cool.
Also, there's something else that's really cool. You ever stick your fingers in a light socket?
Yes,
yeah, when
I
I was a
actually did
kid,
that.
but I don't do it anymore.
Go for it.
Okay.
No, actually, if you want, go for it. It's like, bzzz.
Do this, turn off light. Oh.
I stick my finger, I'm gonna look like a light bulb.
But oh yeah, that guy also shows up after the first gig, and he'll basically have a quest for you in order to clean the place up because his back's hurting.
Ah, okay. Oh.
And that's another way to get money in this world. I have like a few small gigs that are interactable, and I'll show you all another one here in a little bit.
Okay.
Would y'all like to meet the Edgers, as they are called?
Sure.
I mean, the Edge Runners.
The edgers.
Sure. Haven't done that.
If you actually get close enough, they should have a dialogue sequence. They should have 3 that happen randomly,
Oh wow.
depending on when you leave and enter. But also, shout out to Lucy from Guilty Gear, finally making it to Strive.
Oh. Oh.
This is something I get everybody to do whenever they jump into the world. Why don't you take one of your hands and just put it straight through one of those mirrors? Just watch out where you're standing in meat space.
Alrighty, that's fine. I have enough space in front of me in meat space.
Okay, someone did slap their monitor hitting this.
Oh, that's neat. I like that.
Hell yeah.
No fucking cameras, I'm peeing here.
I'm sorry, but all activities are recorded in here. There's a few problems last time, but
Oh. Few? Sounds like an everyday occurrence in here by the sounds of it. Just a few.
just a few. Oh yeah, if you wanted to try it, you can also hit one of the mirrors. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
There's also
I'm
a shard
doing
here.
good. God, I'm gonna. There goes my money. Oh, there's a shard you can pick up.
Yeah, there's a shard you can pick up.
Okay. Oh. What's the shard
But
do?
the plenty of shards. Oh wait, did you actually click on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so did the screen pop up in front of you?
Briefly, and then it disappeared.
Oh, okay. Well, if you try it again, you'll be able to read it. But basically, they're like little notes that you find, very much like in 2077. It's like it'll either have lore stuff, or maybe a passcode, or maybe just stuff that I was talking about in like developing the map. It's like you
Oh wow.
developing the map, find different things here and there.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I'm back.
What I get he's kicking
I'm
it. What I get a kick out of Steve is the reflections out of the mirror. That's still a broken mirror that's actually doing what it is. I'm just this is the first time I've ever been in here, and you can just see the reflection of the broken parts reflecting of what's around it. That's you get that once in a while when you go into a world, but you don't see it very often when somebody breaks a mirror. You know, everybody's got their situations, but that's cool. That's down to detail, and I like that. That's cool. Nice work.
That was something that I really wanted to do because very much still today, I hate the idea of mirrors in VRChat. I think it's still very much strange. I'd like that we now have personal mirrors, but I thought it was a weird thing just seeing people huddled up, just visualizing themselves in the same space, just saying nothing for several hours at a time. But
we have a word for that, Steve. We call mirror lickers.
Sure. But I decided if I was going to have a mirror in this world that I was just going to have it breakable. So if you ever catch your friends lacking, you'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Chum?" Just break the mirror.
Yeah. That'd be
But
great.
this is also a gameplay element in this world. So very much like you saw in the Shard, it said stop breaking shit. It's like it's kind of getting like really upsetting to repair it every week. This is because one of the characters in here, Dinky's character, is somebody that is the maintenance guy, and he has to repair it. So naturally, he's trying to fix something here with this door because there was a cyber psycho that busted through it a while ago. So you should have the interaction option to be ask or telling him about the mirror that somebody broke. Definitely not us, of course. But oh, and there he goes. So
Fuck, he's pissed. Shit. And going bad out of hell, too.
so now he's actively repairing the mirror as one would normally do. He's just putting all the shards back together, and it's now a nice mirror. And now he's going back to the door to fix it.
That's a really nice detail. I like that.
This is hell yeah.
Lion,
This is the what's up?
the Easter egg.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Right there. One of them he was talking about.
I gotta show you the actual full resolution image sometime, but that's a picture I painted at like 3 o'clock in the morning one night. And I made like a stupidly photorealistic Uganda Knuckles image. That it's like, I don't know why. Brain was like, you know what? Yeah, do it. It's like, okay. But I thought I'd have that as a sticker in here. But one of the other things in here is because that is, oh wait, we're gonna have to break the mirror again. But whenever you distract him and he goes and runs off, that gives us ample time to actually get past this area. Because if you try to do it right now, he's just gonna push you back.
Yeah.
However, since this is still a work in progress, oh, never mind.
Little
I think he's gonna go break it. I was gonna say, since this is still a work in progress, we could just use the door over there to the right. But
I think he wants to do it the interesting way.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, honestly, like after hearing you talk about some of the things, the amount of details you're putting into things like the guy that repairs the mirror, if I can get by breaking it, is. I remember one of the things I feel in games or even VRChat worlds, the small details people put into things makes the world a majority of the time. If they're focused on little details, like you can go in and have the maintenance guy go fix the mirror so you can get past the door in a VRChat world, it shows a lot of the time the care they have for what they're doing. At least to me.
Oh no, definitely. I should also, now that you mention it, I got to show you another interactable thing. Come on over here.
Welcome to Safe and Sound.
So everybody gets one of these. This is a tablet, or as I like to call it, the ADHD trap. You can basically take your hand or finger and just start clicking on it or pressing the buttons and whatnot. And it just continues to press the button as the timer goes down. And as the timer goes down, whenever you're hitting the button, it resets it a little bit. As time goes, it'll eventually get more difficult to reset the button. But whenever you're able to break away from the tablet, and the timer goes out, whatever points you did is the amount of money that you get from the game.
That is really neat. I like that.
Yeah.
Mike, did you get a lion?
27.
So I got 19.
Oh, so that
Oh.
other you're talking about? Oh,
And there's also money pickups as well. I mean, don't worry, people aren't using it. If they're leaving it, then it's free for the taking, right? So,
oh.
there's different money drops that will be scattered throughout the world, mainly in this bar. But there's little locations that might not be there for everybody. I think it's local. I'm not sure.
Ah.
But the ones that are dropped randomly, you'll be able to pick up and just grab money from it. That way you have something to passively collect income without having to do a mission and whatnot. But I wanted to look into different ways the player can get in-game currency that doesn't involve sitting in one place. That was the exception for the tablet, because that was like the first thing that I had ever coded. I got Varnian's help in order to teach me how to code that game, because I wanted to have more interactable tablets in general. Later, I might learn how to create a hacking game using something very similar, where it's like you have to interact with certain things in order to like hack through a panel that will open the door or activate something later. But yeah, a lot of the systems that are in this world are kind of like in preparation for a game world that I want to make in the future. Because it's like I got a few ideas that I want to do, but I know I have to have things before I can actually make the idea. And so this is also why it's a hangout world, but also a game world, but also it's going to be something that I would like to turn into a hub world for game worlds, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it that long.
Okay. So
if y'all come over, what's up?
Another question I have as well is what do you when you earn the money, what do you do with it, Mask? Because you buy drinks, or do you have other things you can get?
Excellent question. So, what I want players to be able to buy in this world are there's the drinks, there's actually the apartment upstairs that I haven't shown y'all yet, and after you do the gig for the first time, the actual mission gig, that is a place that I haven't shown y'all yet, you'll be able to unlock the armory, and with the armory you'll be able to like buy certain weapons. Right now there's the Lexington handgun, the Masamune rifle, and the tactician shotgun. But I want players to be able to unlock weapons so that they can bring into their inventory system and then go out on missions in order to, well, do the mission and then get more money. But yeah, there's that, and then cyberware. If you come this way, I can show you.
Ooh.
It doesn't actually have a functioning menu yet, and there isn't something that is existing at the moment. Right now, it is a cutscene introduction to the other location, but I would not recommend you guys jump into it now, because, but yeah. But if you come over this way,
yeah,
you can see somebody hiding behind the door.
Let's use the camera and cheat. There he is.
So, what's happening is, canonically, after you distracted Dinky from working on the door, Varnian's character, the Ripper Doc, was watching the cameras. So he saw somebody immediately sneak into the staff hall while Dinky was distracted. So he was at the door ready and waiting for you to come around the corner. So what happens is that you were then knocked unconscious, put into the chair, and then there's an actual cutscene where the Ripper Doc talks to the player and says, like, what do you think you're doing back here? And it's like you have two options. One, it's like, oh, well, yeah, I was just curious. I'm walking around. I'm just a funny VRChat player, just minding my own business. And then there's two, it's like, I got a permit. It says I can do what I want. And if you say that you can do what you want, then he says, you're a comedian. Nice. All right. I got some jokes of my own. And he does the little buzzing thing that you saw earlier with the wall socket.
Yep.
And then he knocks you out and puts you in a dumpster.
Nice.
But if you actually say, I'm just curious, he'll continue. It's like, oh, well, just curious. It's like you're in the afterlife. I'm a Ripper Doc, and since you're a kind of sneaky fellow, I got a job for you. So that's the introduction to going over to the actual mission area, where you're then sent to bring back 3 crates of missing cyberware. Because lately, the orders that the doc has been ordering, or the boxes that the doc has been ordering, hasn't been making it to the door. So because somebody intercepted them. So naturally, the tracking was able to bring us over to that location, and then the player has to go retrieve them. But yeah, I'll have to show you some other time. But like whenever I know that it's good and working, I'll be able to do. I'll hit you up about it.
I would love to see it. Like this project, when it's completed, I would love to just explore it and experience the missions and stuff. It looks awesome. I was a huge fan of the game, Cyberpunk, and it even got me to buy the book. So I'm sold. You got one fan.
I feel like I need to ask CD Projekt Red for some kind of like sponsorship or something like that. I've convinced like I think over 10 people to download the game and actually play it. But it's kind of funny. It's weird. I'm just working on this thing, doing my own stuff, and it's like, maybe I should check out Cyberpunk. And then eventually they get into it. It's like, dude. And I'm like, yeah.
It is one.
And that's how it kind of turns out. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Also, over here, as you would in the game, you'd be briefed for missions. I might not be able to do what I want to do by the time that I do release it, but currently. So if you're in here and if you're speaking, people outside of the private room won't be able to hear you, and you won't be able to hear them. But the idea is that eventually the players will be sat down, and before I break my ass, I'm going to actually sit in my chair. And the players would be briefed on a mission world that would be separate from this one, that uses the same similar systems that we are using in this area.
Yes.
So the mega building that I think I mentioned earlier for the Cyber City, I wanted to use that as well as like, oh my god!
Well, yeah, he got cyber slapped there.
I wanted to use that mega building for actual missions and be able to plot something out for the player to do. And so what I might do at some point, either A, make a separate world entirely just for that mission, or B, have that mission as an unlockable in the Cyber City. And it's like, if I can somehow connect those 2 worlds at some point, it's like, it's a bit of a stretch, but it might be able to work.
Would you be able to use persistence for that? For the world connection?
I would love to be able to do world connection with persistence. I haven't looked into persistence yet, but that is a thing that I also want to have in here, just so that people can have money persistently, so that whenever they leave the world and come back, they'll still have it for later. But yeah, eventually I would like to use this as, if you find a fixer and they have a job for you, but they would like to talk to you in private about it, the NPC would dynamically walk to this booth, allow you to have access to it, and be able to show you a shard animation, like the shard that you saw earlier in the bathroom, but have that as an animated sequence in order to actually describe the mission for you, very much like in the game. And that's like a very distant when and or if we're able to do that. But and naturally, of course, the mission area would be just a VRChat world that you can visit, but the way to actually access it, like canonically or whatever, however you want to see it, it's like a thematic way to enter that world would be talking to the fixer and then getting the briefing here and then being sent to that world. But yeah, it's like, that's an eventual thing. But I think whenever it gets released, it'll just be It'll just be something for role players to use for their whatever role players want to use a private box for. It's like, I mean, that's not my business.
Might I geek out a little bit here? Did you model this whole thing after the room you enter with Dexter Deshawn?
Yes.
Oh.
The actual box is a lot more detailed, but I said, fuck it, I'm just going to have it as a cube because I was kind of getting tired at the time. And there's a lot of circuitry where it's like, if I really wanted to make it, I'd need to make an entire different atlas just to have the circuitry for it. And I didn't feel like doing that at the time. So it's like, it works. It does the thing it needs to.
It's really dope.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think of other things that I haven't mentioned yet. The net running room, which also doesn't exist yet, but after the main gig with the sneaking mission, you should be able to unlock cyberware. Eventually, I might have a story-driven thing in order for you to find Karoshis, but install them through the Ripper dock. But as soon as you install Karoshis with the Ripper dock, another character, Centauri's character, might pop in here, and she would probably give you the rundown of like, so you got some Karoshis, you know this or that yet? And it's like, oh no, I don't know. And then, but the TLDR for this would be like missions regarding entering cyberspace, going into deep dive, and being able to hack things and being taught on how to hack things, and maybe some brain dances as well. That's another thing I want to enter. I want to invite to this world is like the concept of doing brain dances in VRChat and whatnot. But yeah, but that's like, again, eventually, whenever that happens, maybe never, who knows? Actually this way.
As another funny little question, with brain dances, are you going to do it the way 2077 did it, or do you have it be like a overlaid animation?
I think I'm still debating. I think there's two different types of brain dances that I might do. One where it's literally just a camera being taken over, or two, you're being teleported into the environment so that you can actually physically interact with things. But that's something that I haven't experimented with yet, and don't think I will for a while. But yeah. It's like both of them are still very much possible. I think the main thing that I am debating about getting into is trying to have an interface that can control a Cinemachine director and be able to fast forward and rewind animations within the scene that is unfolding in front of the character or the player. Because that is kind of like one of the core parts about brain dance is being able to fast forward, rewind, being able to look at audio things that are interfacing, being able to scan things in the environment and have them being told, oh, what is that? It's this thing. And that's probably going to be summarized to glowy thing on ground, click glowy thing. But yeah, VRChat things is what it is. Unless if I can get something with being able to actually like click on head and scan or whatever. But yeah. So this room is technically my character's room, Nick's, and this is like the security as well, where there's like different cameras that can be seen. These are actual real-time cameras that have low FPS. So, Raptor, if you actually want to go out of the door and like in front of the bar, then we should be able to see you in this one here. Oh. Maybe.
We'll find out. There he is.
Oh, there they are. Right there, right there.
Yep, there's a little guy.
It's just like actual security cameras. I know, because that's my IRL job.
Oh, that's really cool. That is really... You know, I'm going to leave this here for you guys to experience, so I'm going to do a few things. So I won't be able to hear you.
Yeah, go for it.
So let's drop this pin here. And then... Audio, where's it? Say like audio from the camera. Where's that? Dolly, mark, pin, focus, audio from camera. There we go. Now, I'm going to go... And so Raptor can experience that. Come over, stare at the camera, right in the corner.
Yeah. So it's going to be like right here.
Oop, wrong direction.
What? I'm smaller
Nice.
and he gets lost? Yeah, that is
There-
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Wow. Can't believe you went the wrong direction. What the hell is wrong with you?
There's a
God,
lot wrong
I'm
with you.
smaller. No. Yeah, we won't go there. So, yeah. So, folks, don't feed him any, gerbil food. He gets a little weird. Okay. Yeah, but
of course.
he eats a lot of lettuce. So,
Oh, so this is your
that is
your
cool.
character's room. What a mask with Nyx? What is your character's backstory mask for this? In this world?
So, this world, I'm kind of like, I'm still debating on how I want to go about it, but I'm kind of doing a Ghost in the Shell with them a little bit. Like, of course, as you know, in the game with the Afterlife, it's like it's run by Rogue. There's Claire behind the counter, and so on and so forth. People that are people that are like in the game aren't actually going to be seen in here. Just for a couple of reasons. One, I don't have a good rogue model, and two, I don't have a voice actor for them. So it's like I'd rather have different characters that the player doesn't know and get them to experience them. For my character, it's like their kind of story, it's like it kind of entails with a horror world I kind of want to do at some point. But my character's backstory is kind of along the lines of he's a drone. Actually, have you played Apex Legends?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, for those that have played Apex Legends, he's kind of like Revenant, where his actual brain is like in some jar way far away underground, some facility or whatever. But the actual physical form of himself is like a robotic drone that is walking around and doing things like as if, he's just here. I haven't quite solidified everything about like my character yet because I'm terrible with writing. But it's like it's more for the player, like just to kind of have as a Jackie equivalent, I guess. Since I am myself and it's easier for me to record my voice and be there for the player, I find it like eventually I might have my character Nyx basically be a companion for the player to go through a mission or two, and just be able to have the player get to know Nyx and have Nyx be able to help the player whenever they need to have some type of like cooperative moment. Whether that's like getting over a ledge, like in Splinter Cell, or if they need to like take down a boss enemy or something like that. But yeah, that's more or less along those lines. One thing about this room that I probably should mention that doesn't happen yet, of course, like a lot of things, is the key. The idea is later for this key to be something that the player can pick up. And on picking up that key, my character will kind of get a ping and start thinking, I should check my office. And if my character comes over here and notices that the key is gone, it's like, where's my car? And so he goes back to the parking lot, and if the player has made it into Nyx's car, it'll actually have a cutscene that activates where it's like behind the door, so it sees Nyx coming out of the door, seeing the car, and then the car just like driving off, and that's like the start of it's like the start of a Subway Surfer game for the player to like have an arcade game with the car, basically. But if the player fails to do so, and if they're anywhere near the car, or if they find or if Nyx finds the player and knows that they have the key, then he'll knock the player out, like on the ground, kick them out of the afterlife for a little bit, and take the key back and put it on the desk. And it kind of like resets
That
from
makes
there.
sense.
But yeah,
Ooh.
gameplay elements and all that. But yeah,
Cool.
I should show y'all the apartment actually.
Let's go.
We should have some money for it, but if we don't, there's a crate next to the door, so it should be fine.
More valuable than water.
Oh, something else.
Remember to check the day's weather.
It's local, but if you physically have hands and you're able to pull apart the door, you're able to do that.
Okay. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Eventually, I would love to do something like this for like a gameplay element where you have to get through an actual blocked door, but I just don't have anything for desktop to do that yet. So it's like if I had this, it'd be like a VR person's only, and it's like leaving the desktop players out of it, and it's like I don't want to do that. That'd be annoying. All right, so finger press apartments.
I love that. Security. Oh, will let me in?
Oh,
I have a security
oh
thing.
no, no! That's another thing I didn't fix. No, damn. Okay. Try this. Slam your camera through that wall. It should technically still be there.
Okay, let's fly the camera. Yep, it's now in the other room.
Okay, so that is Nix's apartment, which can also be the player's apartment if they have money to pay the rent. I haven't done any kind of like interaction in order for the like. It's like, oh, you're gonna stay here for a while. You can use my apartment whenever you feel like. You know, just don't take anything. I mean, you know, stuff like that. But that's the general idea. But right now it's just like there's a panel on the front door where it's like rent is $150 something, and then you just buy the actual access to the door, and then you can get into the apartment. There's like a video player in there, there's some money, and like another ADHD trap tablet to play on.
So when I was flying the camera through, I noticed you had the email and the computer for the Cyber Psycho. Are the other things over there, like the net and the other things, clickable? Or is it just that email on the computer terminal?
That one specifically isn't, but there is. No, because wait, we might still be able to do it. If I'm able to, let's go to the club.
Okay.
I do have an interactable puzzle, or not puzzle, screen for it, but I don't think you'll be able to get back here.
No.
No.
What I can do is fly the camera over, and I'll turn audio on, so I can follow you this way.
Okay. So back here, this is where the magic happens. Back here is you have your screen in order to input the URL for whoever is streaming or wants to have a music video up there. This screen is the interactable one. If I click on files, I'll be able to click and see a list of things or messages where it's like it's a generic message that we have on. But local network is an actual thing with different toggles. So if there's an event that it will eventually be hosted whenever this place releases, we can either enable or disable the front pipes, hollow screen, or back screen, depending on if or what people want at the time. Gas, sorry. Yeah. But if y'all actually want to see it, let me actually get rid of the back screen first. I know, I'll keep that enabled for now. Let me slap something in. If
Time to
I
turn
can.
volume down.
It might actually be a lot quieter than you expect.
Well,
Oh no, yeah. For music,
Copyright.
I get it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, but you're gonna have to enjoy a musicless experience.
It'll still be a pretty visual.
I'm sure.
Here, let's.
You guys can blame YouTube.
Yeah, gosh darn YouTube.
Stupid copyright laws and people want to own their own stuff.
You like Arctic monkeys?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. As soon as I can find a link, I'm having a little bit of a struggle, but hold on, we'll get there.
Now, while you look for that, did you design this
There we go.
after anything? Like the club itself?
Yes. Do you know the Riot from 2077?
I think so, yes.
The Riot was what I based the overall design on, and then I changed it to here, hold on. There we go. All right. I'll come back out. So the Riot layout was pretty. It is not bad for the game. In VRChat, it's a little lacking in the sense of trying to like not have as much space. Whenever I got a lot of feedback from different people that were doing DJs like Aztec and a few others, they mentioned that there's a lot of venues that have too much space. So whenever you have a full instance, people are spread out into their own corners and whatnot with their own friends, and it makes the entire venue look kind of vacant. So I have this area as like, okay, this is your front row peeps and whatnot, but I had to put some pillars here and there in order to kind of like remove some like space from the actual like dance floor areas. And so that way it like, even if there's 5 people, even if there's like 30 or 80, it'll still feel like it's populated because the amount of space that people have to take up is like here. And there's also some stuff upstairs as well.
Real quick before we go, the holo screen that's up there where black is removed where you see floating hologram text is really sick. I love that.
Yeah. I got some help from some peeps in what was it, VRC Reach, in order to change the shader so that black is transparent, or it has the alpha channel. But yeah, one of the things that I wanted when I wanted to have a club underground was like, I really fucking loved the Maelstrom club that was in Cyberpunk in the hotel. And I really loved like how the Voodoo Boys had like their holographic projections and shit. And it's like, okay, I got to figure a way out on how to get that in VRChat because it's just sick.
That is sick.
Whenever I actually do have an event in here, I want to encourage VR DJ or like VDJs and like DJs that have their own like icon audio visualizer to have like basically a black border of some kind or some type of like either monochromatic or just something that does not take up the entire screen basically. If it's like mostly black and it has their symbol like bouncing or something like that, then that works really well. Or whatever animations that they want to have. But as you see, whenever it decides to take up like, well, now that it's gone, whenever it is actually active and it takes up the entire screen, it's like really bright and it's not all that really visually appealing. It kind of gets rid of the immersion of it being a hologram. But yeah. Here, let me show you upstairs real quick.
Of course. Oh, wow.
And so this is like
This is so cool.
still very much in that layout of the Riot Club, but I got rid of the 3rd floor and I'm kind of copying what I had on the 1st floor, but having raised platforms with the booths and whatnot that are from the main room in the Afterlife Club. But yeah, I just really wanted to have like just the Afterlife aesthetic, but having it as a DJ club room down here.
It's really awesome looking. Like I could actually see this place there in terms of like in the game.
Yeah, thanks. I worked a lot on just trying to have that same atmosphere that you kind of expect from the game. But yeah, in the design aspect as well. Like some of the servers and whatnot that you normally see in the game just kind of like laid around as like slight what's it called, just visual decor and whatnot. I originally did have like the dance tubes in here, like smaller, and then someone was like, "Oh no, people are gonna need more space." And I was like, "Oh shit, you're right." So I made like really stupidly large industrial pipes and whatnot in order for that to be like the dance tube, and so that's how that'll be whenever that happens. But those can actually be toggled off if people don't want them, or the back screen can be toggled off, or the hollow screen can be toggled off, depending on if the event or the DJ doesn't want those things there. But yeah.
Oh. Well, I will say, with all the stuff you packed in here, the optimization you have built into it's crazy. Like, kudos to you. That's awesome.
Thanks.
No doubt.
I don't remember if this is the one that has occlusion culling on or off, but there was a problem with occlusion culling a while ago where things in the map were disappearing, and I think it might be disabled. So you're still seeing, you're still technically seeing everything that's above us and in the distance, I think, and that's on my end is like at 112, 20 frames FPS at the moment. I don't know how it is for y'all, but I definitely tried to optimize it as much as I could.
Oh, so
And I'm still going to try to do a little bit of extra whenever I get everything set up.
oh, so everything that you've learned making worlds, what has been the hardest thing, and how did you overcome it?
The hardest thing and how to overcome it. I think file size is my biggest pet peeve. I love pretty worlds, but I also don't like, or I also being able, words. I love pretty worlds, but I also love being able to load into them relatively quickly. And with this world, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but there's like a severe lack of normal maps. Like a lot of the stuff that I work on doesn't use normal maps or the normal PBR stuff. It's usually just diffuse and it's roughness. Sometimes normal if I really need to. But I basically have been learning on how to have really good lighting and atmosphere and cut out unnecessary textures because, in my opinion, it doesn't really need to be, like, it's not necessary. I know that some would argue, especially those in the industry, but I'm like, I don't care, dude. This is a VRChat world that I'm making for fun, and it works just fine. But optimization is definitely the hardest. Whenever you're trying to cram a lot of things into one bag, it's difficult, especially with trying to learn correct lighting and light baking. Because if you have a dynamic light that immediately, or let me rephrase, a dynamic light that is real time and it has shadows, that is immediately tripling the amount of draw calls on everything that light is touching. So it's like trying to find the Goldilocks lighting setup for your world is always like a bit of a puzzle. But yeah. Sorry, was there a question?
I will say, even with the as you said, not using normal maps and reducing the textures, I would have never been able to tell as a player who's been in VRChat. I couldn't tell at all. It looks amazing to me. Are you enjoying the episode you're watching so far? Then feel free to check out the rest of the stuff we have over here in the Metaverse Degen network. We have other interviews from everyone from VRChat staff to VCAT and PJKT. We talked with world builders and creators. So if you want to learn more about VR and VRChat, check it out. Also, we have a actual play podcast, Hold My L, which honestly we're just a bunch of idiots rolling dice. So if you like that kind of thing, feel free to come hang out with us over there. And if you should find any of their socials and stuff, so you can go on metaversedegen.card.co. Over on Patreon, we actually started putting the pre-show content for Hold My L, which like we talk about before the show, and as we all kind of start funneling into the world, getting ready. So if you want to go see that as well, feel free to go to our Patreon, which if a few people already subscribed, we'd like to give a special thanks to Frozen, Future Oracle, Aliquum, Niche, and Forbidden Zero. Thank you very much. Funny little hint, Forbidden Zero is also the DM.
Thanks.
Yeah, off the
Appreciate
wall.
it.
Oh.
What's up?
I said it's off the wall.
It's off the wall.
Couldn't even
Hell
put-
yeah.
I couldn't even put a dent in this. Even with being this small, I'm more of a crawl underneath the rock.
Right.
Ooh. So, ooh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will say, what initially started when you started this project to make the Afterlife? Was it just going to be the Afterlife, or did you plan on doing everything else that you've shown us so far from the start?
As I mentioned before, I have a stupid knack of getting myself into like stupidly ambitious projects. I kind of had it in mind from the very beginning that I wanted to have multi-level, multi-purpose type of world. I didn't think I'd be able to cram this much stuff into one world and get it as small as it is. What are we looking at right now? This is 168 megabytes of world.
Wow.
And I'm still trying to think on what else I can put in here because I do want to have missions in here. But I'm trying to think of. I'm sorry. What was the original question? My brain trailed off.
It was when you first started. Did you initially plan to have all this stuff in the world, or was it a development over? Like, was it a development kind of thing?
At the very beginning, I knew I wanted to have the apartment, the interior, the club, and the. I think I already said the apartment. But yeah, it's like I knew I wanted to have, in the parking lot as well. But I knew I wanted to have those locations and just a way to get around them. I didn't know, like, anything beyond that is like, it would be the cherry on top. It would be a little bit sprinkle, you know? It's like, it'd be more than I originally wanted, but I was able to still be able to do it. So it's like, fuck it, we're jumping in. So it's like, now there's a mission area, there's weapons, there's an inventory system. But if I ever get to the point, I really hope I can do this. And with VRC light volumes, it might be possible. I was working on actually, do you mind if we hop worlds?
Sure.
And I can show you all.
Let's go. I'd love to see wherever you gotta go.
Hell yeah. This is a procedural mega building dungeon that I wanted to put together for a while. Very early in development. Don't touch the button until we're all there, but we should be good.
Oh.
If it is, oh, there's somehow in the wall.
Raptor,
they might get respawned in a second. There they are. I'm not sure how that happened. That was interesting.
It happens to me a lot when I go into worlds. I'm always on the outside of it. I start walking forward and I fall, or I go in, one or the other.
VRChat moment.
Yeah.
But
moment. That's every time I get on here sometimes.
I don't know what to tell you.
Nothing.
But if it ever does get to that point, I would love to be able to have a roguelite set up in VRChat that works with the persistence items and it works with the things. Oh, they found it. But yeah. And this right here is
I didn't touch nothing.
the mega building
I didn't touch
construction.
nothing.
If you want to click on, you're good. If you want to, go for it since we're already here. But as soon as you click on it, you can see the screen and it's populating the surrounding area.
Oh wow!
Holy shit! Now that's cool.
So the idea for this is a game idea I've had for a while called Mega Building of Madness, and the general thought process is you and your group of friends are mercenaries being sent to a hostile building that has been taken over. And you are trying to get through and clear out the building. Your main objective is to get the access shard so that then you can get to the next floor. Because they've shut down every single floor, you have to gain access one floor at a time. Now, you could find the key in the one room over, but if you do that, you're making the difficulty harder on the next floor. So if you try to speed run it, you're going to get your ass kicked pretty fast. But if you go through with your friends and you kill enemies, you collect loot, you're able to like upgrade your stuff and build your skills and whatnot. It's like by the time that you get to the next floor and the next floor, it's like you'll be ready to take on whatever threats that you're facing. Let's see here, because there's a few. Okay, so we have to go down. Let's see here. Which one is that? That's the dead end. So which one's the dead end? Okay.
Where'd you go?
So we got to go down here, and then. Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a trek, but we're going to try to make it through. All right. But ideally, it would have been like trying to go through different rooms that have different types of enemy threats and whatnot. Very arcadey, very Borderlands type of feeling of combat.
Yeah.
And eventually, you might come into a bigger room like that where it might have a mini boss, or a very big room where it has like a fucking spider tank or something that's like an actual boss.
Oh.
I'm going to guess that it is this way. But oh. Never mind. I thought okay, we're getting there. And it was wrong. It's a dead end. Okay.
This is
The good thing
procedurally
is
generated,
it
you
has
said?
to be a left turn. What's up?
And this is all procedurally generated?
There it is. Yes, this is all procedurally generated. So we saw on the camera earlier when all the little rooms were spawning and shit. That is completely random every time that we join the world and then hit the button.
Yeah.
But this is one of the floors where it would be like a boss battle would show up here, or a group of drones would show up here. Something big, like or like just a mech. But it's like the idea would be you show up, it drops down, it has a fucking title card, and then you're just in the action immediately. So it's like, and if you haven't like run around and try to get weapons and whatnot, then it's you might want to go back and try to loot some more before you encounter a boss like that. But it's like that's the general idea of gameplay. I went fast, fast-paced combat that has like different bosses, and it's just really engaging for the players to jump into. And I wanted to have different factions as well, so it's not like you're running into the same enemy every time that you play the game. But yeah, and then that also might change your build set. So it's like, oh, it's faction A, they do a lot of electricity stuff, so you want to have the counter like rock paper scissors of whatever that faction is working with, and be able to take them down faster like that. But that type of loot that you're looking for might be a little bit more rare this time around because you're fighting that faction. But yeah, that's the general idea of this, and this would be accessible from the Afterlife world. Like, instead of players going to a separate world just to play this game, it would be fucking cool if I could just bring this system to the Afterlife world. And that way it's like, you and your chums can go to the bar, have a drink, get your power-ups, and then go to the mission and get sent to the actual mega building of madness and fight some rounds with your buddies. And on the same place. But yeah.
So
that's the idea.
This seems really cool, and I have a question because I'm stupid. But how does procedure generation of VRChat work the way we saw that this world generate the entire map? How does it work?
That is a good question. I'm not a programmer.
Okay, fair.
So I can tell you that Dinky basically, like, I showed Dinky this. It's a free procedural generating thing that's on the Unity asset store, and I showed him. I was like, look, you can do the thing. You can have any kind of room that you want. It doesn't have to be grid based, and it's just connecting one room from door A to door B, and having a room at door B so that it branches out if you have different types of rooms of different shapes. And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. So he was able to convert that script to make it work in Udon, and it's basically a bunch of prefabbed rooms that are connecting by door frames that allow those doors to be connected. I think another example, I'm actually not sure if we have one. Actually, I think I do see one over there. But let's check it out.
Oh,
Never mind, that is a gate. But there might be an actual apartment in this building? I can't remember if I did that or not.
Did you model all these rooms yourself?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All of them. It was painful.
How many rooms are there?
It was painful.
I didn't count. But right now, it's like there's some base boxes that have different door types. There's an L shape. There's a long boy. You got the wide boy. You know, there's a staircase. I haven't added the staircase yet because that was still too complex for my baboon mind. And like this room was going to be like a really big room, not just for the boss, but because it has a lot of smaller apartments that you can go in and loot different parts for. And I have like 3 different type of apartments that are generic enough, but they're unique enough so that it might feel a little bit different every time that you're walking into one. But yeah.
I'm stoked for this to come out. I want to be honest.
Don't expect it anytime soon. That's all I'm saying. But I'm basically showing you like the bare bones of something that could come out eventually, maybe if things don't break, and if I even get that far before I'm burnt out again. But it's like hopes and dreams.
Well,
but yeah.
The concept of what you've shown so far, we heard about it, looks exciting, and if it ever comes to existence, I'll be playing.
Hell yeah. If you want, we can go back to the afterlife and try a mission. I'm not sure if it'll actually work, but if it doesn't and people get stuck, then rejoining the world should be able to fix that.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. All right. Like plus. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, no shit. That's cool.
What?
I just noticed a person I hadn't seen in a while is actually a customer up on here.
Ooh.
So right now this world is privated, but you can access it if you're a member of the Project Postmortem group. It doesn't matter what role you are. If you're a customer, a merc, or a fixer, customers are still able to access the world, but mercs and fixers are just like for people that want to be more generous. But that's what gets you past the blue screen. Should be able to be good. Let's join the world. Okay. So, whenever we get around the corner, we're just going to be on the right side. We're going to ignore the other me over there. We don't talk to that guy.
Okay.
All right.
Don't talk to me. I'm busy.
Don't talk to the other me. But if we enter the storage unit gig, that should get us started.
Okay. Ooh. Hey.
Alrighty, Doc's orders. Find 3 heavy crates of missing cyberware, bring them back to the truck, and don't get flatlined. Should be simple enough. One more thing. The crates have a proximity sensor on them, so they'll beep when you get close. Good luck, Jim. Alright, let's get to it.
Alrighty.
So, if you ever been a fan of Metal Gear or Lethal Company or Repo or whatever, it's like you'll probably know that it's like, okay, there's a lot of things that we got to look through. We have a few interesting items that we need to retrieve, and yeah, big Metal Gear fan because I wanted to have security cameras. If you actually get in the sight of those security cameras, the robots that were in the alley earlier will actually come around and start like trying to find you and beat you up. But if you ever do die or respawn, if you wanted to carry it, go for it.
Oh, I just wanted to see where you went.
Okay, yeah. But so we take that and we bring it back over to the truck. The part of bringing that thing to the truck might glitch, but we'll see. Ah, yeah, this is the one. Okay. Okay. So we just kind of leave that there. I might have to bring in the last one.
Okay.
But yeah, what happens is that whenever, in the current state that it is for this world, I fixed it already in the other one that I haven't uploaded yet. But whenever the last crate enters the truck, everybody gets spammed with like 1,000 messages of you've completed the gig, and at least one person gets paid infinitely. So one of us might walk away being a bajillionaire. But yeah. So, we've gotten this one, which I think that means we have to get one on that side and then one on that side.
Oh.
And if we're lucky, it might be in... We're not lucky. So, just keep going. Oh, watch out. Oh god, he's after you now. Oh shit. Oh no.
Gets me.
I'm gonna keep looking, but we gotta run.
Gotta stay alive.
Gets me.
We gotta run. Oh god. It might actually be on the other side of this.
You're a little slow. Hey, the hairbrush.
Are they actually slower? All right, cool. Shit, I'm not hearing it. Okay, so I think we got this one, so we need to go further.
The hairbrush
just
is
so
still
that we're
chasing
out
us.
of combat for a little bit. Okay, this is the version. We can actually hop up here.
Ooh.
These are sacred crates. They cannot climb.
That's good.
Okay. Just be careful. There's no actual way to get out of the pits.
Okay.
But we should be able to walk over here. I didn't hear any beeping on the way up. Okay, no, yeah. So it's gonna be over here.
Don't
Maybe
wanna
back.
don't wanna face
They are random. They are random.
Ah. Look, there's another one.
Probably should have mentioned that. Like, there's certain spots that I do remember, but... don't remember... or I don't know every version. Oh. Alright, we're going. Aha! Alright, we got another one.
How many do you
You'll need
need?
to cover me. There's this one, and then there's one last one, which should be around the right side of this, like, camera.
Oh.
Oh, I think somebody's chasing after you.
Yep. I also don't have.
Oh no,
a
you're
gun.
good. You're good. Raptor's not. Oh,
Oh.
run, Raptor, run!
them. I don't have to run. I'm playing with candy.
We'll just toss that one there. Okay.
Oh, I've got friends.
I got it. Oh god. Oh god, they're all here. Run! Run, turtle! Run!
Raptor, go back to the truck. I'll keep him entertained and go back to the truck. Oh, go bite. I got my ass beat.
Oh no, yeah. Throwing the box doesn't work. Oh god, they're after me.
No, they're not.
Here. I think I gotta put it. Oh no! Oh, oh no! Oh god, they're in the truck! They're underneath the truck!
Oh.
Did we all get teleported?
I don't know. I can't see.
Okay, cool. We made it.
Look, there's the other you.
Rookie. Now that we have our cyberware back in stock,
Yeah.
you can check into the dock and get your own chrome. Oh, by the way, I think Dink's having a sale in his weapon shop. You should grab yourself some iron when you can.
So, did you actually see the hologram as well?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
850.
That should basically, whenever it's ready, unlock the weapon store. So you'll be able to get, like, your pistol, rifle, or shotgun. And that'll also kind of start, like, oh, you have weapons, you have an inventory now. You can start going on more missions. Later on, whenever I get to the point of continuing the story arc of it, there will be, like, some gunshots in this building over here. And one of the characters is going to be like, hey, so we got a bit of a problem. The cyber psycho that, like, escaped this area is still on the loose, and we think that he's basically next door, because the guy that he ran into and split in half was a gang member of, like, the Cat Gang, and replacement for the Tiger Claws. And now that gang is after his ass, and they want to kill him. They want to take him down. So he's kind of dealing with that, like, in the apartment building. So after you do your first mission and you get some money and you unlock the cyberware stuff, you're able to get your first thing of cyberware, which would be your double jump legs. And that would actually allow you to double jump up into this, like, area here. You can technically climb up there right now. Oh, hello. You got to use concrete. But right now, you don't have a secondary jump in order to actually get up there.
Yeah.
But whenever you actually unlock that, you'd be able to get up there into the apartment building, and then that's when the tone starts shifting. Because that cyber psycho has killed a lot of people. And it starts getting a lot more serious with how that tone is turning out. But basically, at the end of it, you're running into, like, one of the last members of that, like, gang in this area is trying to fight him, and you have to use your double jump in order to, like, jump over the psycho in order for him to hit the wall and damage himself. And eventually something happens. I haven't decided yet, but eventually he busts out of the wall and then just makes a break for it. The last guy that was from the gang also, I think, might die in the process, but he's going to have gorilla arms. And since he's no longer using them anymore, you can take the gorilla arms back over to the Ripper dock and then be able to get yourself some new arms. And that is going to allow the player to pry open doors that are jammed but cannot be hacked. So it's like things that are physically related. You'll be able to, like, bust down doors, pry open doors, windows, stuff like that, like in 2077, but with your actual physical hands. But
wow.
that'll be like in the distant future, if territory, if we ever get that far.
Oh, well, this project looks amazing. I honestly can't wait till it releases. I'm stoked. You'll probably even make it my homeworld, gonna be honest.
Hell yeah, Jube. Looking forward to it. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this thing for a while, and I don't want to say any direct dates, but hopefully this doesn't mean I'm shooting myself in the foot by saying this right now, but hopefully I can get this out by the end of this year, and more specifically, on the 3rd anniversary of the starting this project, which would be the 28th of November this year. I hope I can get the current phase that I'm trying to get of this world out and let people experience it, and be able to host their club events downstairs and be able to do like live stream stuff if they really want to, and do whatever kind of role play like cyberpunk thing that they're trying to do. But yeah, it's slowly but surely it's getting there.
Oh, well, it's a really dope project, man. I never thought I'd see anything like this for Cyberpunk in VRChat at any point in time ever. So the fact that you're doing it's crazy. And I wish you the best of luck with it, because I'm excited to see it.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, thanks.
No doubt at all.
Oh.
Appreciate it.
So, I want to ask the last couple questions before we wrap up, if that's all right.
Sure.
First one being is the name you have in VRChat. Where'd it come from, and why to use it?
Steve the Mitochondria?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's funny. It was kind of a throwaway name because my original gamer tag was To Flying Ninja. It was just something I made when I was a wee lad Steve, and it's like I had the name for such a long time, and it's like there was Ninja Steve on Twitter, and there was like another one or whatever, but it's like I gotta think of something, but it's like I was just sleep deprived at like 3 o'clock one night, not knowing what the hell I want to do, and it's like the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I work on a lot of random shit. At the time, I was like, people were calling me a powerhouse because I was just doing everything, and like doing contracts and whatnot. You're supposed to be one thing or the other, and I was like, okay, well, this thing needs to be done. Fuck it, I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna do it, and I kind of became known as a rock star, I guess, as the industry calls it, because it's like, oh, you're more than one hat kind of person. So it's like I became a powerhouse in that regard, and it's like, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Steve the Mitochondria. Fuck it, why not? And it just kind of stayed.
It's a very unique name, man. And thanks for sharing that. That's pretty awesome.
No doubt.
And the avatar you're in, we kind of heard, I think we've heard the tale, but the avatar you're in, why'd you choose it? Why do you use it? Is there anything about it that means anything to you?
Yes, actually. So, as you know, it's like I was a Ruby fan, and I was like, one of the things in my original avatar, if I can come over here real quick.
Of course.
And by real quick, I'm going to take 5 more minutes. Here we go. So this is the Ruby version of Nyx. This is like his kind of 3rd iteration, and I don't want to show you the potato versions of Nyx, but this is what I kind of like was at the time in doing Ruby development and whatnot. I then kind of started getting into Guilty Gear, and let's see here. Where is it? I have too many versions of the same avatar, I swear.
No.
I think it's this one. I started getting into Guilty Gear and learning. It's like the Guilty Gear avatars actually have a pretty solid like style and whatnot with them, with how they look, and it's like, oh, I might be able to make a version of Nyx as a Guilty Gear character. And a friend of mine actually was able to get him into not Guilty Gear but Dragon Ball Z Fighters. And so he was like a downloadable mod or whatever at the time for that. But Oh yeah, a friend of mine really wanted me to do a thing for Yakuza or whatever, and so, excuse me for 1 second. I'm just gonna. And so it's like he wanted me to like do a Yakuza thing or whatever, and it's like I didn't know how to do the arm rip off thing or whatever, so I just like flex and the shirt explodes.
That's great.
Decided to do like tattoos and shit. Eventually, I got into Cyberpunk, and it's like, okay, I gotta make a version of them that is like just for the Edgerunner style. And since the Guilty Gear style was very much close to anime, I said, fuck it, why not? Eventually, I got around to making them. Let's see here. Oh god, why do I have such a problem with this? Is it possible to develop dyslexia? Here we go. Whatever, I'll just use this one. But oh, this is a heavy one. Oh god. Eventually I got to this guy. And oh yeah, well, I guess it's an older version because he doesn't have emissions in the eyes. But let's see here. I'll get back to this. But eventually I get to this guy, and the meanings of all of them is like I loved Ruby, and I still kept like the ears from the version of Nyx, and so I kept that. I love Guilty Gear, the lore, the music, the style, and so I wanted to keep that in my character. And I love Cyberpunk, and that's just obviously where it shows. But yeah, it's just a lot of things that I love into one character, and that's how I got to where I am.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for explaining those things. One of the things I enjoy is hearing why people choose to represent themselves the way they do. Because VR at this point is basically like a second home for a lot of people, and hearing how they choose to portray themselves, I think is really cool lore to learn. So thank you for sharing yours with us.
Hell yeah. And likewise, thank you all for having me. Real, yes.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Not another yes person. Oh, no.
What do you mean another yes person? Okay,
That's what he does all the time. You ask him a question, he goes, yes.
Whenever
yes.
there's a more than when people are like, all right, Lion, what kind of food would you like? Yes. He fucking hates it.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. It's just whatever food. It's like, yes, I want food.
Well, with that being said, where can the audience find you if they wish to find you?
Don't. Anyway. No, I'm kidding.
He's out of here, folks.
But, I guess I'm more active on Blue Sky. Fucking, what is my Blue Sky name? I think it's just Steve the Mitochondria. Yeah. At ninjasteve.bsky.social. Or just Steve the Mitochondria. If you search up hashtag VRChat, hashtag cyberpunk, you might run into it. Yeah, I'm also on Twitter, at NinjaSteve, but, or Steve the Mitochondria, but I'm kind of trying to shift things over to B-Sky for obvious reasons. But, anyways, I guess that's the two places that I'm usually at. I should probably post a YouTube video sometime. But I'm also on YouTube as Danger Noodle Animations. If you ever so want to check out Neon, or the other stuff that I'm also posting there. Whenever I make like a trailer or something for the stuff I have on booth, which, by the way, I have a booth for digital animations. And that's where I put a lot of my cyberpunk stuff, such as this brand new car, which is over here. But it's like, I guess I didn't mention that. It's like, you should buy a car. You should buy a motorcycle right now at whatever 99. But yeah. So Blue Sky, Twitter, booth, and YouTube is basically where my stuff is at.
Oh, well, we'll be sure to have that in the description for the audience to find. If you're on YouTube, go down to video descriptions, be right there with guest links for you to click. If you're on Spotify, it's in the episode description, different place, but same label, so you should find them pretty easy. And with that being said, yeah, we've tried to make it as simple as possible. If this was a public world, we then put the link down below, but since it's not, you join this group, spend some money, then you can see the world for yourself.
Yeah. Or the other thing I should mention, it's like if you join the group, you'll get notifications every now and then whenever I want to either test something in this world that I'm currently working on, or if I am trying to just hang out with the chooms, then you'll see a notification on Project Postmortem in order to just chill out with the gang and listen to some cyberpunk music, play some pool, run a couple missions, stuff like that.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Alrighty. We'll have all of that in
But also,
yes.
Sorry. It's like, but also feel free to slap down and join the group and spend some money if you want. And that way you'll be able to jump into the world without me being here. But yeah.
Ooh. With that being said, we'll have all of this for you, the audience, to click to find in one easy place. And we'll ask you, the audience member, have you played Cyberpunk? We'd like to know. You should. If you haven't, go to Steam, buy it. It's a great game. Also,
this is
the
not
DLC.
a sponsor.
No, not a sponsor, but the game is fantastic. Phantom Liberty is a fantastic DLC that everyone should play and experience. And with that being said, Mr. Raptor, you know the thing.
You got it. No matter what, folks, I'm going to have Steve make me a small bike and hope it ain't trike. I mean, I'm going to cyber it all up and go for a ride. If you are here, have a good time and ride too. We'll talk to you later next time. Bye. Meow. 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 This is not as easy as it looks without making it. Meow. Meow. Beep beep. Mom, I forgot to get my flyer license. Yeah. My helicopter's in the ditch. Whoa, big hole. Whoa. Beep beep.